What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and today I want to do a little bit of a preview of the U.S. men's national team versus Honduras, our last World Cup qualifying game in the window. And yeah, at this point, things look a little bit bleak. Not completely, but I feel like it's make or break time. U.S. dropped points against Canada, and if we lose this game, things are going to start to look dire. We're going to be playing up against Honduras. We had a pretty poor first half against them last time we played. We were able to come back. We also failed to qualify for the Olympics against a younger Honduras team, so I feel like they're going to be playing us with confidence, and even if they have nothing to play for, they have nothing to lose, and that makes them dangerous. Adding to that danger is this game is going to be played in Minnesota, where the temperature will be in the single digits. But don't worry, it'll feel like double digits. Negative double digits, but still. Also, we're going to be without Chris Richards and Tyler Adams, potentially also Walker Zimmerman, though he should play. And yeah, there are some big issues with this team at the moment. Scoring goals has been a huge concern for a while now. And just generally offensively, we haven't looked good. On top of that, aside from Weah, all of our starters have played in both games and may have stamina issues. That's going to be compounded with the cold weather, and more injuries are definitely possible, and I'm not too confident heading into this game. I think the team that we will play is Matt Turner in goal, Miles Robinson, and either Walker Zimmerman or Mark McKenzie at center back, depending on Zimmerman's health, Jedi and Dest at fullback, Acosta at the 6, McKinney and Musa in front of him, Pulisic and Weah on the wing with Ricardo Pepi up top. I'm pretty confident it's going to be Pepi. It could easily be Ferreira. Listen, Ferreira's not a bad player, but I don't feel like this team has the talent needed to get the best out of him if we're going to be playing him as a false 9. So, going into the team, Matt Turner, Miles Robinson, Walker Zimmerman, or Mark McKenzie, both of them, plus Acosta, are all ice cold and won't be at their best. So, we're going to be having an entire backline and goalkeeper that's not ready to play, which is disappointing. Dest shouldn't be. He has not been playing for Barcelona much at all, and I'd expect his confidence to be down, but he's been playing pretty well, especially defensively. He's looked, I think, the best he's ever in a U.S. men's national team jersey. Maybe Dani Alves is really helping him out. I mean, we theorized about that. I mean, why wouldn't it help him out? But maybe it actually is. Over on the left-hand side, Jedi's been pretty inconsistent this campaign, especially offensively. I feel like every time people say he plays well, I'm disappointed in him, and like every time I'm disappointed in him, people say he plays like, I don't know. It's like a weird thing where he's just been inconsistent this campaign, and I'm not too sold on him. He's our locked-in starter at left back because we don't have another option, but if this was another position, I wouldn't feel that confident. In center midfield, Weston McKennie, he'll be playing hard, trying to make the right passes and making good runs into the box, hopefully. And we know he's going to be playing well, and if he doesn't, it'll be him running out of juice, which unfortunately is a possibility. Yunus Musa, he'll be trying to break lines with his passes, dribbling, taking on players as well. Man, we know how good he is. I think he'll bounce back from his last game where I wasn't too sold on him. Offensively, Pulisic and Weah, hopefully they'll be able to dribble at defenses, get him behind. I'm really hoping that Weah's been looking really good for us lately. Pulisic, I'm hoping that this will be his game where he really shows himself. And Pepi up top, hopefully he'll be able to use his hold-up play to help our attacks develop. And if he gets a good chance, I'm hoping he can finish it off. I'm saying hope a lot because I'm not confident in this team at the moment. And on the right-hand side, we're facing Honduras. They may be the worst team in World Cup qualifying right now, but so is Trinidad, and we know what happened 4 years ago. They don't really have that great of a team. I don't want to go too far into them because I feel like if we drop points this game, it'll be on us. Like, if we lose this game or just tie it or whatever, it'll be us beating ourselves, not them doing anything. But somebody to watch is Ellis. He was always a dangerous player in the MLS, and he has since moved on to a better club. Similar situation to Kyle Larin. I don't think he's as good, but we know how dangerous that could be. I wouldn't call anybody else a danger man. Thankfully, Rivas, who dashed our Olympics hopes, he's going to be unavailable for this game. And honestly, Honduras isn't going to beat us with their talent or even like their chemistry or coaching or something like that. If we don't get all 3 points, it'll be on us. But again, they're going to be playing with nothing to lose. And on top of that, they ended our Olympic qualifying campaign. They had a much better first half than us in our last time we played them. They played us pretty well in the Nations League. Like, there are reasons to be concerned. And if you're a fan of Honduras or if you're a player of Honduras, there's reason to be confident. So on going into tactics for this game, with how Berhalter plays, I really see like 3 real strategies we have for this game. I don't feel confident in any of them, but I'm going to go through them. The first one is honestly what I might consider doing for this game, and that's kind of throwing tactics out the window and turning it into more of like an end-to-end basketball game type thing. I know it's not a good thing when talking strategy to just say, go out there, be creative, be random, which I don't know, but it might be preferable. It's something we did in the Gold Cup it got us results, but that was a lot due to individual quality of our defense. Like against that Qatar, that one game, Matt Turner had a great performance. Miles Robinson was playing very well. But that won't happen this time. It is a good idea because it allows us to attack and get into dangerous positions with Acosta at the 6, which you have to consider that because he's a liability offensively. Except for dead balls, which that might even help us because our set pieces have been so poor. But in terms of build-up play, he's not good enough technically, and he couldn't dominate possession against the USL team, which is harsh, but at this point we have to start being harsh with these players because it is kind of on them at this point because there are teams with worse managers who are going to get into the World Cup. Again, I'm not too confident in doing this just because I'm not confident in our defense at the moment because they're not playing and they're going to be ice cold. It would be awesome if we had John Brooks. It'd be awesome if Chris Richards was still healthy, but they aren't. They aren't here. Now, the other strategy is to dominate the ball and play like how we did against El Salvador and Canada, which for many reasons I'm not confident in doing. We haven't been able to make a clear-cut chance, aside from that Ferreira miss, basically the entire time we've played, and it relies too much on individual brilliance when we have a team of players who are low on confidence. And I don't really trust that. Plus, if we're trying to build up, I feel like either Acosta, Zimmerman, or either Robinson could make a mistake, and that could lead to a Honduras goal. So, I mean, it could work. It's probably our best chance at keeping a shutout, but I don't know. Ideally, what I'd like to do if we're playing Berhalter ball is play a bit directly and press and counter-press the Honduras team. I feel like that'd be our best way of winning, but with it being our last game of a World Cup qualifying window, I don't feel like it would work. And I feel like if we were to press like this, we'd have to start Aronson instead of Pulisic. And on top of that, it's going to be freezing. Like, just hilariously cold. Maybe the coldest that any of these players have ever played in. Especially considering a lot of the MLS guys don't play during the winter because they don't want to have games like this, and yet we still scheduled a game in Minnesota on February. Like, why? Why would we do this? I don't know. Well, with how injury-prone our team is with the temperature, I wouldn't want to exert ourselves too much, which that's disappointing to say, but I think prioritizing our players' health is definitely important. So I don't feel like there's the right way to play tomorrow. Honestly, part of me wants us to just go end to end. Hopefully something good can happen, but I don't know. The team is riddled with injuries and not creative enough under Berhalter. Like, I shouldn't be worried about this game. Christian Pulisic's going to be going up against a Wisdom K. But here we are. Like, if I honestly had to come up with a strategy for this game in the Berhalter system, I'd say press them like crazy for 10 to 15 minutes. Hopefully we can have them make a mistake and Pepe can punish it. After that, settle into our crossing game, the possession thing we do. Hold Acosta back during attacks to break up counters, and maybe something can happen there. If it doesn't, we should just go at them. I'd honestly have Pulisic on the bench, have Aronson press the team, and around the 75th minute, maybe 65th, we bring on Pulisic, we bring on Luke De La Torre, and we just have them run out a tired Honduras team. I don't really like it, but I feel like with Berhalter at our helm, it's the best chance we have at winning. Now, if it were ideal, I'd switch to a 4-2-3-1, play Aronson at the 10, allowing Pulisic to start on the left-hand side. I'd have Luka and McKinney as dual 8s, and I'd push Musa out to the right, allow him to drift inside, which will give Serginho Dest a bit of room to get forward. Then on the left-hand side, we do it a bit unbalanced. Yeti would stay back and make it like a bit of a 3 at the back when we're attacking. Pulisic will be a bit isolated on the left-hand side, allowing him to dribble at the Honduras defense. Hopefully that can allow him to come inside, get a goal, make chances happen. I feel like that'd be our best way to win this game. Ideally, John Brooks would be here as well, because we'd love to have an on-ball center back right now, but same with Hoppy as an option off the bench, because Ariola and Morris don't fill me with confidence, but that won't happen. Again, we're so much better than this team, and, everything in my brain is telling me we'll win. We just have so much more talent. We're at home. Honduras is not prepared at all, but I don't know. I don't feel confident, and that's disappointing. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of the World Cup qualifiers, and we can get a win, but I'm not sure. That's all I really have to talk about right now. See ya.